our Indian society is having a composite or very much diverse culture. And we know that it is actually a synthesis of culture, or we can say that it is the accommodation of different culture that we see all across our country. Okay, so our culture is actually composite in nature, or we can say it is synthesis of culture. It is composite culture. And recently there are many trends or changes that is happening to our Indian culture. Now let's see what are those changes or trends. The first thing that you can notice is consumerism. So in this modern world, or in the present scenario, we are having an increasing or changing need to consume more and more of everything. Okay, this is what is known as consumerism. And with globalization, we know that our markets have opened and we have integrated with the global economy. So there is this penetration of modern values or Western culture into our traditional Indian culture, which you can actually see in the consumer behavior as well. So there is a increasing trend, or there is a changing need of consuming more and more of everything, whether it is goods or services. So that particular changing need or behavior is what is known as consumerism. The second thing that you can see as a change or trend in the Indian culture presently is regarding, so we are having a pervasive media, right? Like in the sense, we know media exists in each and every aspect of our life today, right? So it is spreading throughout every part of our culture, and the media today is having greater access to news, movies, or videos, and whatever it is in our day-to-day life. So with more technology and digital development, media has actually turned into pervasive, and it has reached every sections of our culture. The presence of foreign media in our Indian society today is an example for this, right? So that's regarding pervasive media. Another change that you can note is regarding Mcdonaldization. So what is this Mcdonaldization? This is actually, this particular term was first used by the sociologist George Ritzer, and accordingly he used it to refer to a situation where it occurs like when a culture possesses the characteristics of a fast food restaurant, it can be referred to as the process of Mcdonaldization. It is nothing but it is the reconceptualization of rationalization, or the gradual moving away of, or moving away from the traditional to rational modes of thoughts and scientific management. So that particular moving away from traditional thoughts to modern rational thoughts, or moving to the scientific temper that we are having today, is what is known as the process of Mcdonaldization, right? Another trend that you can see is regarding Glocalization. So what is this Glocalization? It is actually having two terms, which is globalization and localization. So we know that with globalization, what happened is that the products and services which are produced globally is available in our local markets. But the product or services that is developed globally, distributed to local markets, they are even adjusted, or they equally accommodate the needs and the demands of the consumers or the buyers or the users of these particular local markets. they get adjusted. These global products or services get adjusted, or they accommodate the needs and demands of the local users. So that particular process is what is known as glocalization. So what happens when the local demands is being met by the global goods or services? What happens is that the local business or trade is being affected, which indirectly affect the local tradition or our culture. Right. So that's regarding glocalization. Another change that, or another trend that you can see is described by a term, Walmartization. Walmartization. So Walmartization is nothing but it is a term which is used to describe the impact which is caused by giant companies like Walmart on local economies. So that particular economic impact which is being caused on the local business or local trade is what is known as Walmartization. Right. So here also it affects the local business, or indirectly we can say it is affecting the tradition or our culture. So that's regarding some of the changes or trends that we can see in our Indian culture in the present day, right? Okay, so whenever you write answers regarding Indian culture or the diverse nature of Indian culture and the continuities and the changes associated with it, you can actually add points like consumerism, Mcdonaldization, Walmartization, Glocalization, etc., which will add value to your answer.